Welcome to the show, boys. Monstar, welcome back to the Terrace. I want to come to you first, bro. Another defeat, more points dropped at the beginning of the season. What's going on at Chelsea, mate?
Hold on, sorry. I mean, I did say so the last time I came on there, but we had the other guys, and I said what I said about how bad we're playing, and I said we'll leave it till January, right? That's what I said. I said we'll leave it till January. I'm not going to say too much anymore because no one wanted to hear it. Everyone was just stuck in their stupid ways, blaming the same old. It's every year, right? Keep hearing it's the attackers, it's the attackers, it's the attackers. Tuchel's gone through what? About 3 sets of attackers now, right? The first season it was Giroud and Tammy. Last season it was Lukaku and Werner. This season it's Mount and Havertz. When are we going to actually address what the real issue is? When? Are we going to keep spending money on attackers every season and not address the build-up play? How is the ball supposed to get to the attackers? Do people not consider the domino effect? That midfield is an absolute shambles. I don't think people understand. It is so bad, but no one wants. Ah, my mic is acting up. No one wants to address that issue, right? No one wants to address that issue. I don't get. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about it. It's not going to get any better, people. It's not. It's not going to get any better. We're not getting top four for being real. We spent around what 400 mil on attackers since 2018, and in that same time, we spent only 40 million pounds on a midfielder. One midfielder since that time. But we continually keep buying brand new attackers every season and expecting new results. When's it going to change? And then next season, they're telling me we're going to buy Josko Galvido or Gavardio or whatever the hell his name is. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? What are we doing? What is Chelsea Football Club? What is Thomas Tuchel doing? I just don't understand it. Yeah, he's telling people he's rocking up in interviews saying we've got midfielders. We've got midfielders. Where there's no balance in that midfield. There's no balance. There's no defensive midfielder in that midfield. If I listen, let me just close off and say this. I'm gonna be real with you, Terry. I'm not sure. You see when Klopp and what's his name? Klopp and Pep came to the Premier League. You saw the way they changed up. They knew the Premier League is different to the leagues they've been in before. I'm not sure Tuchel knows that. I'm not sure. When I'm watching him, I ain't sure he knows what it takes to win this league. I'm not saying Tuchel out. I'm not, because I like Tuchel and I'm tired of hiring and firing the managers, right? But I'm not sure Tuchel understands this league properly. Because if you think you're going to rock in to the season week in, week out with Jorginho and Ruben or Jorginho and Kovacic or this and that, and you think that's going to work, then, sir, good luck to you, innit? It's what do they say? The method of madness is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. It's not going to change. It's not. It's not. This team is not better than it was last season. It's the same, if not worse. It's not getting any better. They could bring Aubameyang. It will be the same. And they'll be blaming Aubameyang, right? Who else does he want? Zaha. They can bring Zaha. It'll be the same. They'll be blaming Zaha. Anthony Gordon. They'll bring him. It'll be the same. They'll be blaming Gordon. They will say the attackers is shit. We'll keep repeating this every single season. Every season. You will see. I'm not going to say, like I said before, I said I'll wait till January. I remember, Terry, I said, don't worry, I'll rock up in January. But it's not even January. Look at it. It's crazy, man. I don't know, innit? Next person can talk, man.
No, but listen, I hear where you're coming from, mate, and I get it, Matt. Obviously, you've had a lot to say recently. First of all, the midfield issues. They keep getting worse and worse. You're spending lots of money in other areas. I've been someone who's kind of ignored it. I didn't think your midfield was as bad as what we're seeing, and it is. What's your take on it, mate?
Well, today we played a 4-3-3. We played Jorginho next to Mount and Loftus-Cheek. The Twitter coaches wanted to play it. We played it. It's not going to work out. We definitely need an upgrade in midfield. I agree. But when we were lacking resources in defense, we had to fill in those spots first. Then we had to fill in our attack because that attack is rubbish. Monster, you can't sit here and then deflect our attack is rubbish. It is horrible. He brought in Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling is the only attacker who sees attacker has done well. Mount and Havertz are not footballers. They need to go. They are rubbish. And they've gotten a
That's
lot of chances. They've got a lot. They've had so many chances this
true.
game. Mount tried to do these chops, Ronaldo chops, and try to do all these skills. Couldn't do anything. He is useless. Aubameyang and Zaha are players who would work in our system because you said yourself, we are going for these young.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
We're changing now. Hang on, wait. Let me just quickly finish. Sorry.
Go on.
We're changing to a new Aubameyang and Zaha, who are experienced players who have the goals to back it up. Havertz and Mount never had any goals to back any of their case up in this league. So we're going for.
Mount had 29 goals and assists last season.
And where is it now?
Mean?
Where is it
okay,
now?
let me ask you this question, Matt. Let me ask you this question. Next season, or this season, if Aubameyang comes in, because it looks like he's coming, and it doesn't change, right? We run into the same problems. What are you going to say then? What is going to be your excuse?
What if it does work out? What if it does? Because we don't have anyone who can tap in the goals.
If it does work out, listen, if it does work out, I'll come out on here on this platform and say, I was wrong. I am wrong. Like, I'm not scared to do that. I'll come on there and say, I am wrong. I'm in the mud. I would admit it. I'm asking you, if it's the other way around and Aubameyang comes in and there's no results, the same stuff, what are you going to say then?
Obviously, we can have a discussion then when it happens. Obviously, we don't know how it's going to work out because what I see Aubameyang coming in, I can only see from what I can predict. And what I can predict is that Aubameyang will come in and he will do well because he's the only person who can put the ball in the back of the net. Because Havertz, this guy cannot put the ball to save his life in the back of the net, even if it's 1v1 against the keeper. He's rubbish. We just need someone to tap in our goals. I don't think everyone understands.
How many chances do we create? How many chances do we create?
They had a lot of chances on goal. How come Sterling can create his own chances? Because Havertz couldn't do what Sterling did. Because he's that useless.
How many chances do we create?
We create quite a lot.
If you look at, listen, when you're looking at the chances created, right? You've also got to take out margin for error. Every attacker misses chances. Go and look at it, right? Every attack. So if you take out the ones they miss, because attackers will miss no matter who they are, how is the chance? Wait. Hold on. If you take out the chances because attackers miss, if you take out the chances attackers miss, yeah, how many chances do our attackers get? How many?
Every time Reece James on this field, Havertz will get a ball right to his feet. This whole season, he's had at least 3-4 times he should have just tapped the ball in the back of the net. He did not.
How many do you have today? How many do you have today?
I don't know, go look at it. I don't know. He had a lot of time on the ball. Mount had a lot of time on the ball.
That's not what I asked you. How many chances do you have?
He had 2 shots. He had 2 shots. He had 2 shots today, and none of them went in the back of the net.
How many quality chances do Chelsea as a team create?
I don't know. Tell me the stat. I can say Havertz had 2 shots. I just said Havertz had 2 shots.
Like every other Chelsea fan, when you ask,
Havertz had 2 shots.
When you ask Chelsea fans this question, hold on. When you ask Chelsea fans this, when you ask Chelsea fans this question, they struggle to tell you. That tells Chelsea don't create enough chances.
If you know, what is it? If you know, what is it?
It's shit. It's rubbish. That's what it is.
It's not the best, but again, where does our creativity come from? Bro. Usually when we play 3-4-3, where does our creativity usually come from? Our wing backs, right? And our wing backs are the ones who just cross the ball in the middle. We don't have anyone in that middle to just tap the ball in the back of the net. The thing is, today we played a 4-3-3. I agree, Jorginho is not enough for a DM. He's getting old. He's a good player, but he's getting old. I don't know. I know you don't like him, but he is a good player. But he's getting old.
He's not a good player.
He cannot do it.
He's not.
Okay. Well, he's a top 3 Ballon d'Or winner. You see how fun a winner.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He had a great patch, but in that same season in the league, he was shit. Do you remember? In the league,
I agree. He cannot play a whole league
in the Champions League and the Europa League.
I agree.
I mean, the Euros.
We need a De Jong. We need a net. We need someone else. However, we cannot fill every single position in one season. I understand that. But that does need work. I agree.
Matt, if this whole thing about we need this attacker that can just tap in goals, you've got Sterling who knows how to do that. Surely you have to look at Tuchel and his recruitment priorities this season then. Because you're about to go spend 85 million on Fofana, which again, you've done very late in the window. You've got Koulibaly. You're about to spend another 90 M's for another defender next season. And yet you're scrounging around for Aubameyang this late in the window when you've clearly had resources to get this striker you so sorely need earlier in the window. Now, as a Man United fan whose manager's been getting made fun of and everything because for chasing the player for too long and not getting the right players early enough in. Surely we have to look at Tuchel now and be wait, like this striker issue, in your opinion, is one of the biggest issues. Why did he not go and get a striker earlier?
No, I agree. I think the recruitment stage is a bit questionable. I'm not sure. Again, for Fine, I understand because we have to fill in the numbers, but I don't know this that German guy. I forgot his name. I don't know why we're kind of pursuing. Yeah, I don't know why we're pursuing him at this very moment. You're right. We need the Aubameyang, we need the Zaha, we need the recruitment there, and then we need to go and fix our defense as well. I don't know why we're going to spend big money for that when we need to go and invest heavily on our attack, because I think attack is what we need to heavily focus on. This season, Tuchel had to decide whether, because let's be honest, we were in a rebuild. We cannot fix our defense, our midfield, and our attack in one season. We had to do our defense to fill in the numbers, and our attack was generally that bad. Yes, we needed a midfield, but we couldn't fix all three in one season. I understand Tuchel having to not go for one particular position for just a season. But however, it does question me why he's going for these players like Vardio when the other positions need to be fixed.
I want to ask a question. I know we've got Jem and David here, and I get the argument of midfield versus attack. Is there, and we're going to talk Kai Havertz directly there because the viewers are asking for that conversation. We will with the boys, and got Winter Surfer and Zane, who have shared the link for others to call in, and we'll mix things up on the show. But is Thomas Tuchel's system becoming is that part of the issue as well, or do you believe if you were to throw Casemiro and De Jong into your midfield, it would all be okay? Is it literally the personnel in the positions, or is there an element of maybe Tuchel's gone a bit stale? Maybe the players aren't working as hard for him. Is any of this on the manager from a system point of view?
David, you're muted. You're muted, bro.
I think it's a bit of both. I think he needs to stick to his 3 at the back system because we just look better in that. He played 4 at the back today. It just did not work because we don't have enough creativity in the middle. That's why we play 3 at the back so we can create wide. It's not even about our defenders can't defend. It's not even really about that. It's about we have no one in the middle who can create for us. And then you end up with a situation where a team scores 1, they score 2, and you play the whole second half and we don't look like we're going to score. That's what happens.
You know, I'm gonna ask something. Yeah,
got to play 3 at the back. Play 3 at the back. Stick to your system that you know will work with this team. Because right now you don't have the personnel to switch into your old system. And like Loftus-Cheek, I know he had a good game against Spurs, but that was at wing back. He's not good enough to play in centre mid, and we've all known that. And for some reason, everyone still wants to give him a chance. He's not good enough. He's just not. Like,
none of them are.
Yo, David.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Should you have bought Declan Rice?
No, it's just it's overpriced. It's not worth it.
But yet you've got a massive issue in the midfield.
David, but he's not overpriced. But the overpriced argument.
No, I'm sorry.
No, he's not overpriced. David, he's not overpriced. He's not overpriced now. He's not overpriced. How is he overpriced?
He's going to do a couple adverts and get 20 mil.
No. David, how is he not overpriced when Man United have just spent 100 million euros on Anthony? When Morgan Gibbs-White has just gone for 44 million. How is he overpriced? How is he overpriced when Chelsea have just gone and bought a relatively unknown? I know that people that watch the Bundesliga know who he is, but most football fans are saying, who's this guy you just spent 19 million on a centre-back for next year who hasn't kicked a ball here. So how is it overpriced to spend 100 million on a tried and tested, top-class, internationally proven DM that knows how to play in the Premier League? How is that overpriced?
Because he's not worth 100 mil. He's not. We have made this same mistake before where we sat here and we said, oh my God, what this team really needs is they need to just get someone who can fit in this gap. It's not that simple. It isn't. And we did that last year and everyone was screaming, oh, we got this brand new guy. And he just wasn't the answer. We cannot make that same mistake again. We can't just do it. We have to find other ways to solve multiple problems. We have multiple problems in this. Hold on. If we drop 100 M's on one person, it is not a good idea. It's just not.
You've done it today. You dropped 90 million on one person today.
But Terry, that's next year. Not. You said
this. What's that got to do with anything?
That's next year.
No, hang on. Your logic is flawed. Your logic is flawed. You've just dropped 90 million today. No, wait. You've dropped 90 million today on a player to fix a hole in your team next year when Thiago Silva leaves. What's the difference?
Because let me be honest. Gvardiol for me is world class. Declan Rice is not.
How is he world class?
Because I watch Bundesliga every week.
He's 12 years old. How is he world class?
Terry, I watch him every week. I watch him every week. This guy has like not even like potential to be world class. Like when he comes here, he will be that guy. Like I'm sure.
They're
let me
both
just-
very, very
But
highly
Declan Rice,
overpriced.
I
That's the
still have
thing.
questions over.
Let me just say
dropping
this,
100 M's
Terry.
on someone in CDM is worth it. When
Okay,
you get
so hold on,
someone
hold
like
on.
Paulinho, who was 20 mil at Fulham, who's balling out right now. You can do that.
I
in DM.
agree. Hold on,
You can
David.
do that.
I agree. Someone like Paulinho at Fulham would have been great. Do you know what I mean? And then that's just down to great scouting on Fulham's behalf. But Chelsea's issue, one of the main reasons this Chelsea team is as bad as it is because of a lack of a certain position. Due to that lack of that certain position or player in that position, we're having to move players all around the pitch just to fit one individual in and protect him.
But how
Everyone. Hold on.
How does adding a DM fix our problem of scoring up front?
Hold on.
Explain.
You see, this is
Please
why some people. This is okay. I'm hold on. I'm gonna explain it to you. This is why people talk about dominoes, right? Football is a domino. Something starts somewhere, ends up somewhere else. Again, I'm gonna say this as it is. Number one problem Chelsea have is they're unable to commit numbers forward when we have to commit numbers forward. Number two, we don't get numbers in the box. If you watch Chelsea play and we're trying to score, there's not enough numbers in the box. Number three, everyone's super techie 100% regista is 100% slow on the ball. He does not know how to move that ball quick enough. Number four, yeah, he cannot defend to save his life. So we have to commit other people and put them in place to save his ass. I don't think people understand how much.
Again, Monstar, answer my question.
Okay, go on.
Adding in a DM allow us to score more goals up front?
Okay, now, like I said before, if you add a competent enough DM, right, you can commit numbers forward.
But you can do that when you play three at the back.
No, we cannot. We don't.
What, you're going to play with two people at the back for the whole game?
It's not about two people at the back. It's about having someone that's there.
If you play three at the back, you can commit people forward. You can.
How often?
It's not about having a DM. It's about playing the right system with these players.
Okay. You watch Chelsea. Wait. You watch Chelsea a lot. I know we all do. How often? Look at how many players Chelsea get in the box. Can you tell me how many players on average Chelsea get in the box?
When we play well, we get our wing backs as high as we can.
We don't play well often. We don't. Look at how he's using conditional statements. When we play well, how often do we play well?
We don't get high enough.
Why don't we get high enough?
When we sink to a back four, we play like trash, and everyone's still crying.
Why don't we play high enough?
Based on the evidence that you've seen, back four DM doesn't work. It doesn't work with these players. It doesn't. All the evidence you've seen, it doesn't work. It doesn't.
What were we playing when we got? What were we playing when we got smacked? When we got smacked by Leeds, what were we playing?
What were we playing? Leeds. Well, I don't even remember.
Oh, he's gone. He's forgotten. When we got smacked by Leeds the other day, what were we not playing the same back three that you're talking about? Exactly. You're not on. The
thing is, Tuchel doesn't have the facilities for the back three right now. We don't have that third centre back there, but we cannot still force the player back four.
Wait. But you just admitted it. That's what it is. He doesn't have the tools. What is the tool? The tool is the defensive midfielder. That is the tool.
Centre back, because you cannot play Aspilicueta as a right centre back.
They're screaming.
What do you mean, as P? We have Koulibaly, we have Thiago Silva, we have Chalobah. We're about to have Fofana. We have players. You cannot tell me we don't have centre backs.
No, we don't.
Don't. Asp now has been relegated to backup. Stop using that excuse. You guys are just making excuses, and I'm tired of it. Be real now. Let's start being real, innit?
Well, yeah, I'm the one sitting here saying Aspilicueta is not good enough for this team. He's a captain, he's a leader, but he's not good enough for this team. The centre back option is a worry. The CDM worry is an issue, but Declan Rice will not come and fix it. He was the one who will not come and fix it. De Jong is a much better opportunity. Ruben Neves is much better opportunity. De Jong is just too right.
But then you're splitting hairs. Like, you're kind of arguing like Declan Rice won't fix it, but De Jong will fix it. That doesn't deter from Monstar's point. That proves his point that the midfield is
part of the problem.
No, but it's not the main issue.